Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to class. Hope you're having an awesome day. So today we're going to do a yoga flow for about 50 minutes, and this will be a gentle all levels flow. I'll provide some modifications to help make the poses a little bit easier, and I'll also provide some variations to make the poses more advanced if that's your flavor tonight. Our ultimate intention for practice tonight is to de-stress the body, and we're really going to use the breath to do this. So we're going to focus on our exhales, and in fact, let's go ahead and do this right now just for practice. Let's sit nice and tall wherever we are. Take a deep breath in, open mouth exhale. And that's exactly what you're gonna do anytime you're feeling like you're holding unnecessary tension tonight in your practice. Now that means physical tension in your body, so if you feel yourself tightening up and you need to let go, feel free to exhale and release that tension. But this also counts for your emotions and your mind. So if you find that your mind starts to wander, right, that monkey mind starts to jump around, or if you're just feeling a little emotionally unstable, maybe take a deep breath in and a nice sigh, that open mouth exhale, and really just come back into the present moment. Come back into your body, come back into your practice, and just reset. We call this yoga a practice for a reason. Nobody is perfect, and it is not easy to stay completely focused 100% the entire time. So give yourself some empathy tonight if your mind starts to wander. Just give yourself an invitation to sigh it out or take a deep breath to center back in and focus back on what you are doing. Okay, so just like any class, I invite you to always do what works for your body. So if you don't enjoy the pose that we are doing or the movement that we are doing together, feel free to modify and do something on your own instead. Just always listen into how you're feeling right now, which is probably different from the last time you practiced, and focus on what your body needs right now. So if you need to modify, you need to advance, feel free to do what works for you. Okay, yogis, I'm going to invite you to actually find a child's pose tonight. So we'll start in a child's pose, start in your hands and knees, send your hips back towards your heels, and relax your head down. It's okay if your hips don't touch your heels, just relax your head, and you can either bring your forehead all the way to the ground, or maybe you stack your fists to forehead, maybe you stack your hands to forehead. Just find a place where you can start to let go and lengthen throughout your spine. I'm going to get the music going, and I will meet you in that child's pose on the mat. So this child's pose is an opportunity for you to just ground into your practice and to let go. So continue to breathe with your eyes closed, really sinking down into your spine. As you sink down towards your mat, feel your body softening from head to toe. Feel yourself letting go of that tension. And know that when you're letting go of that tension in your body, you're creating more room for your breath. So start to breathe a little bit deeper now, letting go, really softening into your exhales. If you need to clear your mind, maybe take a nice open mouth exhale or a sigh. Starting to practice that tool, using the breath to stay focused on what you're doing right now in the present moment. Just continue to relax, contact of your forehead to your hands or your mat, sinking into your exhales and clearing your mind. Let's take maybe one more breath here and then move into an active child's pose. So you're just crawling your hands forward toward the top of your mat, really spreading your fingers wide, ground into every finger and pull back. Relax your head when you're ready. Breathe into your underarms. Breathe into your side body. Breathe all the way down your spine. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, walk your hands over to the right side. Reach out more with your left hand, your inside arm. Relax your head back down. Breathe into that side stretch. Take an inhale. On the exhale, just return to center and reset active child's pose. Reaching out to the front of your mat, relax your head. Take another inhale. On the exhale, walk to the opposite side. Reach out with your inside arm and relax. Breathe into your ribs. Inhale. On the exhale, bring it all back to center. Press up into your tabletop. Hands and knees pose. From here, you're just gonna take a little rock forward and back, stretching through your wrists. Let's press and hold it forward, stretching through your wrists and your forearms. And then release back into neutral. Turn your fingertips out to the sides and rock side to side. Keep your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders in one line as you move side to side. Let's start to hold on one side. And then move it to the other side. Bring it back to center. You're gonna have a seat on your knees. If that does not feel good for you, you can sit a different way. You're just gonna do some shoulder rolls back, down, and away. Work out any stress in the shoulders. If you need to take a few sighs while you're rolling it out, go ahead. Grab maybe one more shoulder roll and then just relax, sitting here, supported posture, softening throughout your legs no matter how you're seated. Really feel your vertebrae stacking on top of one another all the way up through the crown of your head. And feel your shoulders relax down over the hips, maybe even a little bit farther down away from the ears than they were before. Breathe across your chest. Breathe into any place that feels tight. Soften on your exhale. Let's come back into tabletop. From here, you're gonna tuck your toes, move into your first downward facing dog, relax your head, and then move around with it. Anything that you need for this first one. Just intuitively listening to your body. What do you need right now in the present moment with this down dog? It might be different from what you need in any future down dogs. So just take another breath or two to move and then slow it all down. Find some stillness. Bending the knees as much as you need to or as little if you want to advance. Let's grab one more breath here. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Start to roll or walk up to standing. Once you get there, ground in, feet under hips, mountain pose. Let's inhale, reach the arms overhead. Join your palms at the top. Exhale, pull down to your heart. Do that 2 more times, really grounding in. From here, reach your right arm up, begin to bend your elbow. Left hand goes to that elbow and open up across your chest. Keep some distance between your chin and chest as you breathe here. Take a deep sigh if you need to, or just a deep exhale, relaxing your jaw. One more round of breath. And then release it all back down, shake it out. When you're ready, left arm reaches up, bend your elbow, right hand goes to that elbow to open up to a half cow facing arm. Breathing across your chest, breathing down into your underarms, your ribs, your sides. Relax your jaw, take an inhale. On your exhale, release back down, shake it all out. Now you're gonna reach behind, right hand goes over to the left wrist, and you're gonna pull that out or away. Then bring your ear over towards those hands and start to feel the stretch throughout your neck. Now you can look up or down if that feels good, or maybe you just hold, but breathe into it. Letting go of any stress. One more inhale. On the exhale, return to neutral. Begin to move to the other side, binding to your wrist, pulling away, dropping your ear towards those hands and looking up and down. Let's grab one more breath here. And then return to neutral and just roll the shoulders back, down, and away a few times. Find the back of your mat if you're not there already. Ground into your mountain pose. Take an inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, reach out throughout a long spine, however far you can lengthen through that spine. And then bend your knees, release into your fold. Hang out, bind your elbows, and just rock side to side. And you can keep the knees soft, or you can straighten your legs for more. Wherever you're at, keep your navel drawing in. Maybe switch the bind in your elbows as long as that doesn't create more tension. And keep breathing. Start to slow it down. Find center. Release your arms. Walk out to hands and knees. Find your tabletop pose and ground in. Really spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes, inhale and look out for a cow pose, and then flat feet, exhale and round for cat back. Let's inhale for cow, looking out. Exhale for cat, looking down. Keep going, opening up throughout your entire body now. Letting your breath follow the movement. We're gonna grab one more breath here. Once you finish with your cat back, return to a neutral spine, and then tuck your toes, lift your hips into a down dog. This time we're just gonna hold it. Beginning to find some stillness, equally pressing your heels, equally lifting your hips. It's okay if your heels aren't touching. Just breathe wherever you wanna hold your down dog. Take an inhale. On your exhale, release back down to hands and knees. Now we're gonna do a toe stretch. You're gonna keep your toes tucked underneath and start to inch your hips back, almost like you're doing a child's pose. But you're gonna sit taller as you inch back. So your hands are gonna walk back towards your knees. Maybe you go up to the knees. Now the farther you go back, the more pressure goes on your toes. Make sure to check in with all of your toes, including your pinky toes, or those last two toes. Make sure that they're getting the stretch as well. Now this is known as Thai goddess pose, or also uncomfortable seated pose. So notice that this is creating some tension in your body. Can you let go of that tension with deep exhales? Maybe you sigh it out. Maybe an audible sound comes with that exhale. Let that tension of the feet release with the breath. You can always back off if you need to. We're gonna take maybe one or two more rounds of breath here, really opening up the feet. And then when you're ready to release, come on down, curl your toes, just tap it out for a moment, and take a child's pose all the way back. This time you're gonna bend your elbows and take prayer hands or Anjali Mudra overhead. Use this to lengthen throughout your underarms and your side body. Relax your head as you sink into it. Slowly release, make your way back up into your tabletop. We're gonna move into a twist. First, extend your right foot out to the side. Your toes are gonna face forward. And then your left arm reaches out. Now it might go out, maybe it goes out and up. Keep pressing into your right hand to lengthen throughout your spine, to open up through the twist, to lengthen across your chest. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, thread it under towards your toes. Relax your head, your shoulder, your ear, and begin to just let go here. As you breathe into this twist, your right hand can explore. Maybe it presses into the ground more. Maybe it reaches to the front of your mat or overhead. Maybe you reach up and wrap behind you, taking a little bind. If you can go all the way under, you can bind to your leg and get a deeper twist. Wherever you are, really inhale and exhale into that twist, creating more space. Take your time unwinding your arms and then reset, drawing your leg back in. Let's move to the other side. So extending your left foot out, your toes are gonna face forward. Ground into your left hand, your right hand reaches out or out and up. Keep pressing to open up across your chest, to open through your spine and your ribs. Maybe you even look up through your neck and get a little bonus twist. Take another inhale. On the exhale, bring it under and relax down. Relax your head, your shoulder, your ear, and let go. Now it might feel different on this side. Just breathe wherever you need to. Let your left hand explore if it wants to. Sink into your breath. Take another inhale. On your exhale, unwind and find your downward facing dog. Take your time getting there. Once you get there, really relax your head. Maybe take a little slow yes and no, shaking out any stress. Take your time walking up towards the top of your mat, or your hands come all the way up to standing. Ground into your mountain pose. Take an inhale overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to heart. Just reach your left arm up. You're gonna bind onto your wrist and then pull everything over into a side stretch. Really feel that tension releasing in the sides of your ribs. Let your ribs soften so your lungs can really expand here. You can take those deep, deep sighs. One more breath. Exhale back to center. We're gonna reset, switching wrists up and over to the other side. Softening throughout your ribs and your side body. Take an inhale, and your exhale, return to center. Relax your arms down by your sides. Let's step our feet wide, about a little bit wider than the hips. You can go wide across your mat or just wider than your mat's vertical length. And then turn your toes and knees out. Come down into a half squat. For now, support yourself onto your thighs. If you want to move around, feel free to move around for a moment, opening up your hip spaces. And then bring it all back to neutral. Find center, let your tailbone drop down, really sink into your spine, and then press through your feet, rise back up. Keep your toes and knees facing the corners, but turn your whole body towards your right leg. Start to fold, lengthening out through your spine. Keep your legs straight. Walk down that leg for more. Maybe you go down past the knee. Just try not to press on your knee, but you can go further. Maybe you go all the way down to your ankle or your foot, but really face your body towards the toes, the same direction direction. Breathe into it, let go, relax your head. Take a little micro bend on that right knee. Start to walk or roll back up. Reset, find center. Toes and knees out to the corners. Start to rotate your whole torso towards the other side. Start to walk and lengthen throughout your hip and your spine as you move down your leg. Maybe you go further, that's up to you. It might be different on this side. Just explore, relax your head when you're ready. Little micro bend of that knee as you come back up. Reset to center. One more time, bring your toes and knees out as you lower into your half squat. Once you feel nice and stable, bring your hands to heart if that feels okay. Challenging your strength here, and try not to let those knees buckle in. Really press. Press to the outer edges of your feet. Take a nice audible sigh if you need to. Let it all go. And press all the way back up to standing heel toe or step back into your mountain pose. Find the top of your mat if you're not already there. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, reach out, long spine, lengthen as you fold all the way back down. Inhale to a half lift, looking out with a flat back. Exhale, come on down into hands and knees. You can stay here, or maybe you go out to a plank pose. You can stay on the knees in a plank as well. Wherever you're at, you're gonna hold. Really press into the ground, nice and strong. Take an inhale. On the exhale, lower down to your belly. You are going to stay here for a moment. Keep your hands where they are. Just bend the knees for a moment. Rock those hips and knees side to side, maybe 1 or 2 times each way. And then relax your legs long. Now take your elbows wide, relax your forehead down, completely relax the back side of your body. So this is a reverse Shavasana. And it takes a moment for us to let go of those big muscle groups. So really relax. Relax your glutes, your legs, all your back muscles just for now. You're safe to let go. Take some deep exhales if you need to assist that letting go. If your head's turned to one side, go ahead and turn it to the other side for a few more breaths. And let's bring it all back up. You're gonna move into an upward facing dog, hands underneath your shoulders. Really press and lengthen through the front of your body. Really pull the front of your body forward, relax from the glutes down. Take one more inhale here. On the exhale, move to your downward facing dog. Let's hold here, grounding in, finding 3-legged dog. Begin to lift your right leg up. Keep your hips squaring down. Bend your left knee a little bit. And then drive the left heel down. Lift your right foot higher. Take an inhale. Exhale, just lower back down. Downward facing dog. Reset. Get ready for the other side. Start to lift. Opposite foot up. Once you're there, let your grounded leg bend in. And then drive the heel down. Lift your foot higher. Take an inhale. And exhale, lower all back down. Walk up to your hands, release, and stay in your fold. Find your Uttanasana. Whether you're touching the ground or not, just let your head relax. Let your hands relax and take a little rock or sway side to side. Maybe a sigh or a nice open mouth exhale. Let's find center, find some stillness. Roll all the way up to standing. Find your mountain pose. Let's ground in with 3 breaths this time. Inhale overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. After that third breath, open up to a warrior two pose. Right foot steps forward, left foot turns out. Bend into your right knee. Make sure that your heel and your foot align, and then reach your arms out over your legs. Really soft shoulders here. Reach out long throughout your body. Just like you did in your half squat, press to the pinky toe edges. Nice and open warrior two pose. Straighten your leg, really squeeze through your leg, relax your back arm, flip your front palm, and reverse your warrior. You can reach up, or maybe you start to reach overhead, challenging your balance. Really squeeze through your legs, lifting up through your knees, pressing through your big toes to hold the balance. Take one more breath in your reverse warrior with that straight leg. And then exhale, bend your knee, come back out to your warrior two. Hold here, letting go. Swing your back arm through, step up to the top of your mat, ground in, take a breath overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll move to the other side. Left foot up to a warrior two. Right foot turns out. Open up your arms over your legs whenever you are ready. Breathe into it, opening up hips, opening up your heart. Start to straighten your legs. Squeeze. Relax your back arm. Flip your front palm into a straight-legged reversed warrior. Deciding how much you want to move into a back bend. Really lengthen out through the front of your foot. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, back into warrior two. Take a pause here. Swing your back arm through, step up to the top of your mat. We're gonna stay standing. Take an inhale overhead. Exhale, hands to heart to reset. We're going back to our half cow facing arms. We'll start with the right arm. Bend your elbow. Now you can start with your left hand at that elbow, just back to what you did before. Or maybe you start to reach your other hand behind you. So you're just bending your arm, back of your hand goes to your spine. Maybe you start to get a little higher. Maybe you get to a point where the fingertips touch. Or maybe you start to take a bind with full cow-facing arms. So you've got a lot of options here, yogi. You decide what works for you. You can always return to the original pose, the half version. You also don't have to bind. You could just press into your back and open up across your chest. We've got one more breath here. And then let it all go, shake it out. We're gonna move to the other side, reaching up, bend your elbow, just test it out to start. Take that half version. And then maybe you start to reach your arm behind instead, bending your elbow, back of your hand to the base of your spine. Maybe you go up higher. Maybe you start to reach and touch your fingertips. Maybe you take a bind. Now, one side might be different than the other. That's normal. Just take whatever version you can do here. Breathe into it. You've got one more breath. And then release your arms back down. Let's start to swing side to side. Just shake out those arms for a moment. Bend your knees. Stay soft in your ankles and your feet. And come back into neutral. We're gonna go back into our warrior two, this time with the left foot forward and right foot out. Start to open up into your warrior two pose, long arms right over those legs. Now relax your back arm, flip your front palm, go ahead and reverse your warrior with the knee bent. You can look behind you, above you, wherever you want to change your gaze. Keep lengthening. The more you reach back, the more your knee bends. Grab one more breath. And can you go right back to that warrior two? Find your strength. Exhale it out if you need to. Straighten your legs, turn your toes, and just move to your warrior two on the other side. When you're ready, come on down. For now, just hold it, find the alignment. And then relax your back arm, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior with that front knee bent. Bending the more you reach back. Take your gaze where you need to for a breath or two. And then use the strength of your body. Come back to your warrior two. Relax your arms, straighten your legs, turn wide across your mat. Your toes are gonna face forward, you'll stay here. You're going down into a wide fold, so you're just gonna let go. Relax your head. If you're touching the ground, just start to lean in a little deeper by bending your elbows. Lean into your toes more than your heels. And then take your time coming back up. You can heel toe or just step up into your mountain pose. Find the top of your mat if you're not already there. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, long reach through your spine all the way back down. Take a half lift, looking out. Exhale, step out to plank pose. Feel free to lower to your knees if you need to. We're gonna hold this plank. We're gonna rock it back and forth just a few times. And you can really use some nice open mouth exhales here if you need to. We're gonna do one more and then we'll roll forward and lower chaturanga. Right away, you're gonna find your upward facing dog and your downward facing dog. Now hold it here. Take a deep, deep breath in and open mouth exhale. And walk your dog out one knee at a time. Just bend and press the other heel away. Keep breathing, keep letting go. Let's take maybe one more each way here. And then ground both heels equally. Come back down to your hands and knees. You're gonna go back to your thread the needle. This time we'll take the left foot out, toes face forward, and it's the opposite twist this time. So we start with our left arm reaching up to a nice open twist. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, thread it under, reaching away from your foot this time. Now you might just go to your elbows. You might reach on through. Maybe you go to your shoulder, your head, your ear. So just determine what works for your body. It's a pretty intense stretch down the left side. So breathe into whatever works for you. Can you relax your head? If you need to take an open mouth sigh, go ahead. Got one more inhale. On your exhale, unwind. Bring your feet back in and move it to the other side. Right foot reaches out, toes face forward. We start with the open twist. Right arm's gonna reach up. Really, really lengthen here. And then bring it under, find your twist. Take your time reaching through. Twisting as deep as you can go. Relax your head if you can. And then take an inhale. On your exhale, unwind. Reset into your hands and knees. We're gonna have a seat on the knees again. Now, if that doesn't feel good for you, feel free to sit a different way. Just relax your arms down by your sides. Take your right ear over to your right shoulder. Bring your right hand up. You're gonna gently drape your hand over your head. Now, you're not using any force. It's just a little bit of weight to extend the stretch. If it's too much, back off. If you need more, reach your opposite arm away. Bring it all back to neutral, reset, shake it out if you need to. Then lower opposite ear to shoulder. Take your arm, gently drape it over your head, a little bit of assist. Nothing too forced here. Feel free to reach the opposite arm away if you need it. And then bring it all back to neutral. Roll your shoulders back, down, and away. Continue to let go. And then take your downward facing dog. From your down dog, you're gonna set up for a squat. Turn your toes and knees out to the corners. Walk your hands back, bend your knees. Take your time as you lower down. You can always lift your heels off the ground if you need to. Your hands can stay on the ground or maybe they reach up. Just breathe into whatever squat works for you. If this is too intense, go to a half squat. Just find a place to open up your hips. Keep breathing. Now notice the tension here. If you find that you're kind of lifting up, if you're feeling a little froggy right now, can you sink into those hip flexors instead? Can you maybe take a little sigh, let go of that tension. We hold so much tension in our hips, so if you're feeling that stress right now, just let it go with some breath. That breath is a powerful tool and it's always there for you, so go ahead and use it. Take one more breath here. And then walk back out to your downward facing dog. Take your time getting there. This is your last down dog of your practice. Feel free to take any movement that you need. Nice deep breathing. Relaxing your head. Start to find some stillness. And come on down to seated. Take your time coming around into a bound angle pose or butterfly pose. Soles of the feet together. Your knees are nice and wide, and you can just sit here and relax, or you can lean in with a flat back. Wherever you're at, just begin to breathe and let go. Nice deep exhales if you need it to help release. Take your time coming up. Take your legs out in front of you. I'm gonna do this right in front of you so you can see, but you're gonna lean back, you're gonna cross your right foot over your left and pull your left knee up. So you're doing a little figure 4 stretch here, and really press through your hands so don't sink into your shoulders. Stay nice and strong. Root into your feet and breathe into your hips here. As you flex your foot, drive your knee away for more. Use your exhales if you need to. If you need more, walk closer to your body with your foot and your hands. Keep pressing and sitting tall. We've got maybe one more breath. This is half fire log pose. And we are gonna move to full fire log pose today. So you're gonna swing your left leg underneath. Now you're trying to stack your feet and your knees and your shins, and you're probably gonna have a nice big gap here on the right side, which is what we are working to close. So if this is too much for you, slide your foot in more and start to lean in from there. If you can stack your foot over your knee, flex your toes, and really lean in. Maybe you close the gap all the way. You decide what works here. It's called fire log for a reason. It typically burns through those hips. So can you exhale through it? De-stress with your breath. Really good, Yogi. One more breath. Let's unwind and release the legs. We're gonna go to half fire log on the other side. So setting up, crossing your foot over, lean back into your hands, pull everything up, really press into your triceps, press into the ground with your foot. Flex your elevated foot, drive the knee away for more. And you can always walk closer if you need to go deeper than that. We'll take maybe 3 more deep breaths here. And we'll move to that full fire log, stacking your knees, your feet, and your shins, flexing the toes, sitting tall, working on the gap on the left side. Maybe you lean in and stack your shins. Maybe you modify it, pull your foot in a little bit more. You decide what works for you. It can totally be different on the other side. So breathe into whatever's here in this present moment. Notice any other tension leaving your body, with the tension of your hips escaping. Shoulders relax, jaw relaxes. Take one more breath into your fire log. And then release. Take your hands behind one more time. Bend your knees, your feet go on the ground, and then walk them wider than your hips. Just rock your knees side to side, working out any tension you might have created there with those fire log poses. Let's take one more each way. And then bring it back into your bound ankle pose, Baddha Konasana, really leaning in if that feels good, or just sitting tall. Let the legs soften for a breath or two, and then move into some hip circles. So inhale, really lean and circle forward. Exhale, lean and circle back. Continue in the same direction, moving with your breath. Let's switch the direction of those circles. Still inhaling forward and exhaling back. And one more circle this direction, and then take your time going all the way down to your spine. Once you get there, hug your knees into your chest. Just give yourself a little squeeze or a rock side to side. And then let's go ahead and take a spinal twist. Let's take both knees over to one side. And then your arm is going to extend away from your knees. You're going to look away towards that extended arm. And if you want, your other hand can go up to your thigh to assist the twist, or you can just sink into your breath. Let's bring it back into neutral. Move to the other side. Take your time looking away. And then let's bring it all back into neutral. Keep your knees bent. Set your feet on the ground about hip distance. Begin to cross your left foot over your right. Now just keep everything where it is and let both legs fall over to the left. You're gonna keep going, to the right. You're gonna just let everything fall over, and you're going back to your twist. So you're looking away. Your hand can either assist or it can just relax. And then unwind, uncross your legs, cross your right leg over to the left. Let everything fall to the left and look away in your twist. Take another breath and unwind. Unwind the legs, set up your feet a little wider than your hips, and rock your knees side to side. Just one more each way. And then take your feet up to the ceiling and begin to flex and point your ankles. Breathing into these elevated legs, your inversion for your practice. Roll your ankles in circles. Make sure to roll them both directions. And then bend your knees, place your hands on your knees, roll your knees in circles, out, away, back in again. Massaging out your low back. Make sure to circle both directions. And when you're ready, give yourself a nice big squeeze. You can even lift your tailbone off the ground. Really hug, really squeeze. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, release. Start to find your Shavasana. Relaxing all the way down now. Beginning to close your eyes so that you can let go. Taking time to just clear your mind. Maybe take a nice open mouth exhale. And then keep sinking down, softening your body. Balancing out all the work and movement you did now with rest and stillness. Sink into your exhales. Let them be longer than your inhales. Each breath out is an invitation for you to let go more. Let go of any emotional instabilities. Let go of any distracting thoughts. Let go of any restrictions on your breath. Let go of any tension in your physical body. Just breathe it all away. And start to relax deeper. Start at the top of your head. Feel the top of your head get softer. Feel the back of your head get softer along with the back of your neck and your shoulders. Soften across your forehead. Relax your cheeks and your jaw. Relax your tongue and your throat. Relax your chest and your collarbones. Relax your shoulders and down throughout your arms. Soften your hands. Soften your fingers. Soften your entire upper body. Let this softening travel down the front of your body, the front of your ribs, your sternum, your abdominals, your belly. Everything gets softer and more relaxed. Feel your hips get softer, your legs fall open and more relaxed. Let that sensation move to the sides of your body. Soften the sides of your ribs, your waist, your hips. Feel the sides of your body expanding and relaxing with your breath. And then let that sensation of softening move to the backside of your body as you soften your vertebrae all the way down to your tailbone. And you let your back muscles follow. Keep moving down the backside of your body. Relax your hips and your glutes. Relax your legs and your feet and toes. Soften and relax your whole body. And continue to soften and relax your mind. Very gently come back and more aware. Take deeper breaths and then wiggle out your fingers and toes, keeping your eyes closed. If it feels good, reach your arms overhead to stretch all the way through. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself that squeeze or a little rock side to side. Whenever you're ready, roll to the side of your choice. Press back up into a comfortable seat. We're gonna meet in our comfortable seat with hands at heart and eyes closed. Just find supportive posture. Continue to allow your body to stay soft and relaxed. Clear your mind. Keep it here in the present moment. And if anything, just take this time to reflect on the practice that you just did. Notice all the shifts that you've made. Notice how you feel now. Notice your breath, notice your mind, notice your physical body, notice your emotions. Notice all of it. Take a final opportunity to scan your body from head to toe, toe to head. Let go of any tension that may remain. And then lift your heart towards your head, bow your head towards your heart to seal in gratitude, showing thanks for your body and breath, for this time to relax and slow down and deeply exhale. And we'll seal class with 3 deep cleansing exhales. We'll start with an inhale overhead, open mouth exhale to your heart. Let's do it again. One time, maybe with some sound. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.